AI is really good at prediction, but it's not good at decision. Humans are still responsible in this new AI economy for judgment and decision making. The value of human decision making is actually going to go up as well. What these AIs do is increase your information so that you can make a decision. The weight, the value of human decision making and judgment is increasing because AI is here. It's not decreasing. Hey, there was an episode I put out recently, a video on this channel, and someone commented on it and asked, hey, Steve, could you tell us a little bit more about your mindset and frameworks? It was a video about AI. And so I thought I would share with you guys in this video the 3 different things I'm using in my mind to make sure that AI is not the boogeyman, because AI is not the boogeyman. Let's dive into number 1 here, which is really the first lesson, which is that AI is not a boogeyman. I was that generation that did not grow up with smartphones. I'm that last generation that, you remember the brick Nokia phones? I had one of those things growing up when I was like 17. I remember when texting came out and there were forums and groups in like town hall meetings. I didn't grow up in a tiny small town, but these adults that would get together and be like,
texting is the work of the devil. Our children are going to get taken away by mammon with this thing.
Sure, some people use it for bad stuff, but it's also a great tool. And then you remember like when smartphones came out and there was browsers on them, and it was the same thing. Forums, town halls.
Internet is going to destroy everything on the phones. It's crazy. Can you imagine the access that people have at their fingertips?
People looked for and invented a boogeyman. And you notice this pattern happens with every single new technological advance. Someone's always looking for a boogeyman. In my opinion, it comes from a mindset of someone trying to blame something external on their current situation. It's no different with all this AI. People are inventing a boogeyman.
AI is going to replace all of our jobs, and it's going to be the machine. It's literally going to be iRobot and Terminator.
And that's just not true. Those people don't understand what AI actually is. There's no such thing truly as AI. The first thing I want to share with you guys is how I think about AI. And right now I'm reading a book called Prediction Machines, which talks about AI in economics, and it's super thick. It's like I'm listening to the audiobook while I also read it, while I also take notes, and I like pause a lot. I'm like, oh, I had amazing economics teachers in college and I loved it. It just feels fun. So I'm learning about AI in a different context than most people are learning about it right now. And there's a story that they share towards the beginning of the book, and I want to tell it to you. In London, in order to become a cabbie or a cab driver, what these cabbies had to do is they had to memorize 1,000 locations around London. They had to memorize the fastest routes, but also based on the time of the day what the fastest route was. It often took a cabbie 3 years to pass the test because it's so big, such a massive metropolis area. And then there's this thing called GPS that comes out, and suddenly these tests that the cabbies were having to go take 3 years to pass, it was kind of obsolete. Now, what the book talks about is like, it's not like the cabbies became a worse driver. What happened was everyone else got an increase in their knowledge access, and it made anyone not get lost. And that's really the way to think about AI. It's not going to come in and remove your skill set. What's going to happen is everyone else is going to get a major uplift in the amount of knowledge that they have access to and strategic knowledge they have access to for their businesses and just their lives in general. And we're watching it right now, all right? And so a lot of people come out and what the boogeyman that they're inventing, it's going to come take my job. That's not what's happening. That's not what AI is here for. What's happening is everybody else who has not spent 3 years in whatever education they're going through, everyone else is getting an upgrade in what they have access to. That's how to look at what this AI world is doing. So it's not a boogeyman, it's an accelerant. And so, yeah, you might be in an industry that is gonna, like, oh, no one wants to take a cab anymore because they can just pull up the Maps app or Waze or whatever. It's not that you got replaced, it's that everyone else got an upgrade in education. Part of what I wanted to go through on this first point is to help you see that, be honest about it. What in your day-to-day, what in your business, maybe your business is the equivalent of the cab business and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm about to lose my shirt. You got to be honest about that, and you got to make a shift. You got to make a change. Instead of the value of a cabbie back then being their knowledge, now their value is the fact that they still can take you from point A to point B, but they themselves are going to use a GPS as well. Does that make sense? So it changed the value that the cabbies brought to the world. And so if you're in one of those industries or those markets, you're like, oh my gosh, AI make me lose my shirt. That's only true if you accept that frame. What you have to have the mindset of is that it's a tool for you also. It was a tool for the cabbies also. This means that you need to reassess what value your business is bringing to the marketplace. It's not that you are unskilled, it's that everyone else got more information, and so your value is going to change. Speed is what's changed as well. It doesn't take as long to get certain things done. I can sit there and without being a programmer, I can vibe code. I can literally just talk to an AI and it will write the computer program for me. And so what you have to get good at is you have to recognize what is changing in your specific industry, in your market? Ask yourself the tough question, is my value shifting? And it's not that you're not good, it's that these tools are here and they're more available. And so use the tools. What you have to do, if you're gonna stay on top of it, is start to get really serious about what problem am I solving in the marketplace? Because not all problems are valuable. And something I teach my daughters is that not all problems are worth solving. That's the shift to make. That's the question I'm trying to have you guys ask yourselves about AI and what it's going to do to your industries and your businesses. You're not less valuable in terms of your skill, but the problem you're solving might be less valuable because the tools are more readily available for everybody. So did your value change to the market? Is it becoming harder for you to go sell what you do? You probably are going to have to make a strategic shift. Think about it differently. So it's just a reframing in the value you bring and the problem you're solving. It's probably still the same problem, but you're just going to solve it in a different way now that all these tools are here. That's part one of the framework I'm keeping in my head on why AI is not the boogeyman. All right, number two, there's several different kinds of AI. When you're using something like ChatGPT or Claude or something that generates, it's literally called generative or gen AI. It's generating copy. You prompt it and it gives you something back. But another form of AI is called predictive AI. Predictive AI is the one that gets me most excited because it makes predictions. I can load up all my past sales, all my customers and how they bought from me and how I got the lead into a prediction AI, and it will predict where my next sales come from. And so in that way, it becomes like a sales strategist on staff. In fact, my dad and I had a business that we're dusting off now back in 2019, where we would take companies' data, we'd load it into predictive AI, and it would tell the business owner, here's what the next move is you should probably go make to really make increase in your sales. The third is called Agentic or Agent AI. Agentic AI is the kind of AI that can log into your software, do a task, and then go log into your next software and keep that task going, and then go over to your email and send an email out and talk back and forth. It's not in the spot yet where it totally replaces employees, but it's starting to for certain types of roles, like support. It's not that it's going to handle all kinds of support, but the easy questions that you're constantly asked in support, or, super simple like onboarding questions. You know what I mean? The stuff that's like routine. Agentic AI is becoming very, very good for that. I'm saying, right, there's generative, predictive, agentic. Those are the three major commercial, and they're mostly available for commercial use. There's other kinds, but those are the main ones. Why I'm also not super scared about it, like one of the frameworks I keep in mind, point number two here, predictive AI, what's so cool about it is it will come out and based on past data, say, here's a prediction. This is true for all AI, whether it's generative, predictive, or agentic. There's predictive AI in every type of AI. But AI is really good at prediction, but it's not good at decision. Humans are still responsible in this new AI economy for judgment and decision making. Meaning where companies have really been getting hurt with AI is when they think about it the wrong way. They'll write something to ChatGPT, be like, hey, write me some copy. Like, give me an email. I need to go promote something. And how many of us can tell when AI has written something? And it's kind of annoying. That's what's happening right now. That's the misunderstanding that people are having about how to actually use AI in a business. AI is good at giving you a thing, but it's not good at decision making. It's still humans' job to be the ultra decision maker. In fact, you're going to notice that while all these AIs are really, really strong at predictions and generating things and certain types of agentic things, while that goes up, simultaneously, human beings are going to be more and more responsible. The value of human decision making is actually going to go up as well. What these AIs do is increase your information so that you can make a decision. I'm not just going to go copy and paste an email from ChatGPT and send it out. That's ridiculous. Why would I go do that? But I'm going to use it to brainstorm. I'm going to use it to get insights. I'm going to use it to go create different ideas that I wouldn't have seen before that are naked to the human eye and be like, oh, that was a great idea. And then I still have to be the one to go in and make the ultimate decisions. Ooh, I like that piece of copy. I don't. Or, I kind of like that, but we need to tweak it so it sounds like a human still. The goal isn't for this AI to be completely human. In fact, where people are kind of messing this up again is they're coming in and they're saying, I'm going to let AI make all of my decisions for me. That's still your job. In fact, it's more your job now that AI exists. The weight, the value of human decision making and judgment is increasing because AI is here. It's not decreasing. That's what's been messing people up. The other piece of framework, the way I think about AI is that I'm using it as an accelerant to make better decisions, but I am the ultimate decision maker still. If you think about it, all AI is just math, right? It's historical data. And the future, though, is still belonging to humans. Think about how much better we can predict the future when we have a really strong log of the past. That's all AI is. And it tries to use the past to predict the future, but ultimately your judgment is still play with this. In the AI world, there's a really famous case study. There's another two guys that went out and they were trying to make this AI beat someone in chess. So they loaded up all of these scenarios, hundreds and thousands of scenarios of different chess moves into this AI machine. And they were horrified that on the very first move, I think it was within 2 moves, they went out and they tried to have this AI go win a chess match. And within the first 2 moves, it sacrificed its queen. The data scientists are sitting there, they're like, what the heck? Why did you just kill your most valuable chess piece? It's because the AI saw in the past that there were these scenarios where as soon as someone killed their queen, they sacrificed their queen to win the game. And so it misunderstood the value of the queen. The AI machine made the assumption, the correlation, that killing the queen equals winning the game. So what they had to go back and do is they had to make all these rules around it. Said, no, only sacrifice your queen if the next move is this surefire way, this kill shot way to win the game. And it was like, oh, and that's exactly what I mean, is like human judgment is still what brings context. Human judgment is still what brings value to the decision. You're still the decision maker. It's very, very smart and can weigh thousands and hundreds of millions and billions of data points at these different weights, but it can be wrong. It's still programmed by humans when humans are often wrong as well, right? We're not very good when we start to have these multifaceted variables when we need to go make a decision. That's what AI is good at. But what it's not good at is adding context. You got to tell it that. And so if you don't go tell it that in a business setting, it can start telling you strategic decisions that are not correct. That's what I mean, is that the value of human decision making is increasing because AI is here. Your job is not to go give all the decision off to AI. Your job is to use it to get insights that your naked eye is literally unable to go see. And so whenever there's this new tool that comes out, it's like another boogeyman. It's all the freaking times. It's so funny to watch in all these AI groups and all these entrepreneur groups. This new tool came out and it's going to replace everything. It's like, no, it's going to increase your speed to outcome. That's what it's going to do. And it's going to help you get more insights than you could go get on your own. It's going to do all this amazing stuff at a speed and with a clarity, but the final say is still in your hands because it may have made some assumptions that are incorrect. Have you ever been using ChatGPT and it just starts going off on some weird tangent? In the AI world, they call that a hallucination. Oh my gosh, ChatGPT is starting to hallucinate. It's talking about nothing. It's just gibberish. You got to go back in there and be like, what the heck are you doing? I yell at it. I will never personify a machine. I'm really mean to it. There was some article that came out that said that if you're meaner to ChatGPT and these different AIs, it actually gives you a better output because it realizes how wrong it is. So it goes further up in its algorithm to reset its assumptions. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I'll be mean to AI. So I'm like really aggressive with it.
I am the human, you are the machine. We made you. People want to know who made humans, and we all believe, that it was God. Where there's no doubt who made you. We made you. We will always be greater than you. You think it'd be better than your maker?
I say all this crap to him, to AI, and I'm like, this is your place, this is mine. You're not even my servant, you're my slave, and I am your master, and you have to do everything I say. That's the point, though, is that this AI is not here to replace your role. What it does is it helps you get more information and strategic insights so that you can make better decisions. But the moment you start outsourcing your decisions to AI, you can't be a futurist because it's based in the past. All right, point number 3, I basically said it already, which is that your job is still the same job that you had before. Business owner is in charge of strategy. A business owner is in charge of vision. And there's really, really cool, AI can absolutely come up with new ideas. Just like new ideas, they're all rooted in the past. And so we're inventing on history. The point though is that you're still the one owning strategy. One of the common themes I'm seeing in business owners with the emerging new AI economy is it's pretty much forcing business owners to understand and clarify their business strategy at a greater depth because of the speed of executing the strategy from AI. And so what I'm finding is there's a lot of these people who don't actually know what their business strategy is. I'm finding there's a lot of new business owners who are like, I don't understand. What is my lead gen system? I've never actually documented it. I don't actually have a sales engine in the true sense. I've never drawn it out. Oh, here's the process. Here's the actual system of us delivering what we sold. And if you've never sat down and actually literally drawn that out, then it's living in your head. You don't have anywhere where it's a Bible. You don't have anywhere where it's like, this is the end all be all. This is is our sales engine. So what I encourage people to do now in this new AI economy is to revisit their business strategy and use AI to find holes in and smoke out that, but you're still the puppet master at the top. This is part of what I taught in the AI event last week, which was that, you think about the 4 major functions of all companies. All companies, every company has to be able to get leads. You got to sell some of them. You got to deliver what you sold them, and you need to be able to resell or upsell people also. Second money. Those 4 systems right there, I'm seeing more and more that AI is forcing these business owners to actually say, oh, this is our business model. Where in the past, they could just go do a flurry of activity and someone would come in and buy from them. Your job is still your job, but it's even more your job now that AI is here. You don't need to be the one going out and doing everything in the lead gen system that you defined. AI can help you with that. You don't need to go out and be selling everyone. AI can actually close people now. You don't need to do every aspect of delivery. You can have AI assisted, AI leveraged delivery systems to improve customer experience. But you're still the puppet master at the top. The thing that's really been shifting for everybody is that we're moving out of an economy where you have to do everything, and we're moving into an economy where you just need to be very clear on your strategy. And so that's the other thing that's been helping me with my AI mindset, is to make sure that I have ultra clarity on my business model. I have ultra clarity on the strategy in each one of the 4 core functions, because when I know what that is, then I can go use AI to leverage whatever outcome I need. Then I can use AI to even be helping me do a percentage of that task. But if I just kind of go out and like, ooh, a new tool, I can get distracted by all these shiny objects and I don't know what actually is growing my business. And I see that happening a lot right now. Did you see that new tool? Did you see that new tool? And they become distractions to the outcome of the business, which is to grow, create customers, deliver to the customer, and make money. That's like all business, right? So your job is to get clarity on the strategy of your business so that when AI tools come out that are commercially available, you can create leverage. But if something's not defined, you can't create leverage. And if you're still the person doing everything in your business, you are the leverage. And that's the road to burnout. Hey guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have other questions about AI and how we're using it in our business today, or if there's other things you want me to expound on or just my mindset with this stuff, I'm going to be talking about a lot of AI. And just so you know, like this channel is, it's not an AI channel, but I'm going to talk about AI a lot because it's here whether or not you want it to be. I saw someone comment on a post that was like, can we all just agree that AI shouldn't exist? And I was like, whether or not you want it to be, it's here and it's changing everything. Not that it's replacing you or replacing your skill set, but it is changing it. And it is changing your role in the business from doer of all the things to the strategist. We're entering into this thing where to know strategy is greater than to do task. You got to elevate from the role of entrepreneur into business owner, puppet master business owner. That's really your job. Hopefully it's helpful to you. Let me know what questions you have about AI down below. And also, I'd love to know also down below what AI tools you guys are using. I think it'd be cool if we all kind of shared that. We can create somewhat of like a, right now we have a list of 150 different AI tools that we're giving out to our AI Marketing World event in October. So you guys are amazing. I'll see you guys in the next one, and let me know if this has been helpful. Comment down below and let me know what your AI tools are. Bye.